Louisiana Beer Reviews Coffee Shop Assault Vehicle from Lupulin Brewing, and it is not listed on their website. I bought this at Martin Wine Cellar. Brewed by Lupulin Brewing, Big Lake, Minnesota. Independent craft brewer. There's a stereotypical coffee shop denizen on a scooter with a cat. %9 alcohol, 50 darkness units, SRM, but they don't give the IBUs. Imperial Stout, infused with cacao nibs, cocoa, and bourbon barrel aged coffee beans. The beer itself is not bourbon barrel aged, but the coffee beans are. And the legal disclosure is ale with natural flavors added. Okay, well, I'll have to read this because I can't show a website. There is a website for this company, but they don't list this beer. I went through all the beers. Must have been discontinued. Canned on December 30th, 2020. We worked with Paradise Roasters to source green coffee beans, which we aged in a bourbon barrel. After aging, the beans were roasted and then infused into the beer along with a heavy dose of cacao nibs, which when you turn it into powder, then it's cocoa. Barrel aging coffee beans prior to roasting brings out hints of vanilla and wood to complement the coffee and chocolate flavors. So there are a couple of video reviews for this. Let's see what it's like. I intend to watch those. I'll save a lot for Stout Sunday, which is coming up at the time of this recording. Not going to be the same time when this is posted. Okay, so a thin khaki head and a dark brown appearance. I do see a little brown, not just black, but brown along the edges as the dim light hits it. It's becoming mostly cloudy today, so lighting is not ideal. All right. Never before had this. I did try some other beers from Lupulin Brewing, and they were interesting, like their peanut butter porter. And I believe I got that one at Mathern. So I think Mathern sells some of this company's products as well. Yeah, dark roasted coffee. Chocolate, cocoa, I guess so. Bourbon barrel, not so much of that. I don't think I'd be mentioning it if I didn't know better. Smells like a really good dark beer. Now, you know how a lot of these beer reviews go. You smell the product and it's really dynamite, then you taste it and it doesn't live up to the flavor. Now, yesterday, I did a review for the new MD 2020 Mogen David 2020 Spiked Punch. And it was the tropical pineapple. To me, it tasted like lemonade, but nonetheless, it didn't have much aroma. I kept smelling like something wrong with me. I couldn't pick up an aroma except a faint little scintilla of one. The flavor was pretty bold. So let's see if it'll be the opposite here, or if the flavor will match the aroma. And that thing was a 12% pint. Ooh, nearly a knockout beer. It does live up. A velvety mouthfeel, a heavy body, thick chocolate. It's like a chocolate syrup drink, and I am not joking. It is heavy on cocoa, and the coffee beans blended in, and the dark malts. Don't know about hops. So on the Cyclops scale, the bitterness units on this, I'm thinking they must be low, maybe around 25. I really don't know, I'm guessing, but it seems like they're low, 25. Dark, as you see. On the sweetness scale, oh by golly, 4.5 out of 5 sugar cubes. So if you're not into sweet beers, dessert beers, chocolate bar beers, run from it, run from it. But if you like chocolate bars, if you like coffee, if you like bourbon, I'm not too big on bourbon. To me it tastes like alcohol corn alcohol, which is what it is. Corn liquor. I like the bourbon barrel, the charred oak thing. I like that. It's just the cornbread aspect of it. Cornbread aspect I'm not thrilled with. But anyway, that's another story. We're not drinking bourbon right now. We drink something treated with bourbon barrel. And you might look on my shelf over there and say, you don't like bourbon, huh? Well, you got all these bottles unopened. I would say, oh yeah, well, that's a project I'm working on. Is this a pint or is it 500 milliliters? I think it's just a pint. 1 pint. Yeah, I thought so. Just seemed bigger. Seems bigger. Now, how would I score this? Oh, whoa. 9% these days for Imperial Stout is mild. You get some of these from Founders to be 14, 15%, or Bourbon County 14, 15%. But I don't know if they have the flavor to match this one. So it's mild in the 9% thing, I think. To me, you don't pick up any kind of alcohol. Once you drink the pint, you're going to pick it up. Maybe not the flavor, but in the physiological, experiential aspects of the review. This tastes so good. It is a 100 out of 100. And I gave that to the Canadian breakfast stout, the CBS from Founders. But it was lovely, lovely, my friends. And this one is oh so lovely, oh so very lovely. So I didn't expect 100 out of 100, but I'm sure not complaining. So is it a perfect beer? Well, yeah, because that's what 100 is. Now, what would world class be? World class would be above 100. It would be perfect and beyond. Above and beyond what it should be. And I've had 5 or 6 of those in my life, but not too much. So Laissez-les Bon Temps Relais, an outstanding beer, 100 out of 100. And I'm going to end this review by saying, y'all, go to Minnesota and tour Lupulin Brewing Company's brewery.